What up? What up? What up? What's happening? I appreciate y'all checking me as always. All right, let's get right into this. I've been trying to figure out what we can do to put some type of content out that's just kind of outside of the norm of what's been going on. Kevin Durant, Golden State Warriors, Brooklyn Nets, Los Angeles Lakers, Kyrie Irving, Russell Westbrook. You know, the same four topics over and over again. Started looking at Detroit Pistons videos, thinking about what type of content I could put out there and just whatever cap space came into mind. So I came up with this brilliant idea. Let's discuss the up and coming free agents for next season. All right, a lot of people, a lot of it's been a lot of speculation that next year's free agency class will be a lot better than this year's free agency class, and I can agree to an extent. You know, it'll be a lot more names possibly opening up. A couple of players have options, player options. A couple of players are looking for paydays, are probably not going to get paid. All right. It was just a lot of things to talk about when it came to next year's free agency class. So I figure, hell, let's go ahead and kick it off with my man, Patrick Beverly. All right. In light of what happened with the Rudy Gobert trade, Patrick Beverly ended up with the Utah Jazz. A lot of people feel like the Minnesota Timberwolves should not have given up Patrick Beverly in that trade. All right. Well, looking through Pat Bev's numbers, um, given his age, 35 years old, 10 years in the league, listen, for a second round pick, Patrick Beverly has made quite the name for himself. All right. Whether it was by other players saying what they had to say about him or whether it was just his aggression on the court, Patrick Beverly is an unrestricted free agent come next season. So, my question is to you great listeners out there, is Patrick Beverly worth the $13 million that he's getting this year? But just for future reference, future sake, is he worth getting paid at least 13 million next year? Bag or no bag? All right. This is the question with Patrick Beverly. Bag or no bag? $13 million for Patrick Beverly, a guy who at best can be considered a three and D player. All right. Here's the thing with Patrick Beverly. If we want to talk about defense, 10 years in the league, this guy has made three all defensive teams, including one time first team. All right. Two time second team all defensive. He averages 8 points on his career, 4 rebounds, and 3.5 assists. Again, this guy is 35 years old. All right. 37% 3 point shooter on his career. That's pretty damn decent. I mean, I think in order to be considered an average 3 point shooter, you have to shoot at least 35% on your career. Now, that's not taking into consideration the amount of attempts a player takes. All right. So like if you take this is just my 10 cents right quick. If you take 8 3 pointers a game and you only make two of them, man, it's hard for me to call you a good 3 point shooter. All right. If you average eight and make two or average eight and make three, I don't necessarily consider you a great 3 point shooter. For example, Luka Doncic. All right. Personally, I'm going to make Luka beat me from the 3 point line. I'm not going to let him have easy open 3 point shots. 'Cause I don't want him to get comfortable, but that's where I'm going to make him beat me. Same thing with Patrick Beverly. I'm going to make you beat me from the 3 point line. All right. Because I don't consider you just some dangerous 3 point shooter. Nonetheless, Patrick Beverly is a guy who will want to be playing for a contender. All right. We know that the contenders, for the most part, they don't have a lot of cap space, and if they do, they don't want to commit $13 million to a guy like Patrick Beverly. I don't want to commit $13 million to a guy like Patrick Beverly, a 35-year-old who has only played 60 plus games 3 times in his career. Patrick Beverly has dealt with injuries like crazy. All right. I think his best season came, he might have played 70. Let's just say he played 70, at least 75 games. He averaged like 10 points, again, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. This is just not really nothing that's jaw dropping to me or that's going to make me break the bank for Patrick Beverly. Right. So, again, the whole question is bag or no bag. Listeners, viewers, if you are a contending team or a team in general, are willing to commit 13 to $15 million per year to Patrick Beverly? I'm gonna go out on a limb and say no to anybody that's listening to this video. You're not gonna want to go and commit that amount of money to Patrick Beverly. All right. Now, if we talking about half of that for 2 years, if we talking about 7, $8 million for 2 years or something like that, yeah, that sounds more reasonable. It seems like something that's more reasonable when we're talking about an extension or another contract for Patrick Beverly. So that's nothing really to keep even really talking about here. I'm gonna go ahead and close out. I'm gonna say next year, Patrick Beverly, no bag. If bag meaning at least what they're making now or more. And in Patrick Beverly's case, he's making $13 million. His next contract, he will not make $13 million per season. I'm putting that out there right now. Y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comments.